Hello everyone and welcome to our final pitch about our new startup, Click&Clean. First of all, I'm going to talk about the problem that gave us the idea for this new startup. So we noticed that most of the time people find themselves in need for a cleaning service, but the classic cleaning services company are not able to respond to their pressing demands. Indeed, you must probably have to wait a couple of days to get a cleaner to your house or to your apartment. Moreover, the process to get one might not be that easy. We consequently noticed that there was a lack of last-minute, on-demand cleaning service and especially a lack of online booking cleaning services. On top of that, this industry has a huge potential as it has an expected growth of 6.2% for the coming years, which gives us a huge opportunity to dive into the blossoming cleaning services industry.
Moving on to our value proposition, our customers will receive an ease of booking and they'll have a last-minute cleaning service available at any time. And for our cleaners, they can generate fast revenues and they can choose their working schedule.
We strongly believe that people are lacking a cleaning lady service. And thanks to the interview we have made, we have learned that some busy workers don't have a cleaning lady or don't have time to do it themselves. We believe that they would be willing to pay for this last-minute service because they care for their homes to be clean. So we then propose a promotion code to offer a discounted price of the 2 first cleaning services. We were right if at least 60% of our users use the service more than 3 times. Actually, 62% of the people that downloaded the app continued to use it once they used the promotion code. So then we realized we would like to create a stronger customer base, so we will try to innovate our service to its full potential and continue to explore options to offer seasonal promotions.
Now moving on to the underlying magic. Here you can see a screenshot of a landing page with the link below where you can find all the information about our app concerning who we are, how our app works, and how to contact us. On the right of the slide, you can now see a prototype of what our app will look like. In this case, a map showing you all the available cleaners in your neighborhood. Our currency test will be done through a collection of email. Indeed, first the customer will provide their name and email addresses through the website. Following the confirmation email, a link will be available to download our app Click&Clean. Some real-time promotion and possible services will be sent through email. And finally, when we'll launch, pre-registered customer will be notified. Now, you'll be able to see our video explainer.
So moving on to our customer segmentation, so we'll have 3 different segments. So first of all, students. Our students will be between 18 and 25 years old. They'll be located in Europe and they're likely to pay for an extra service because they believe that this service could be done by a secondary party and they value a lot their social life and they're busy students. The second one would be our busy workers. So they are between 35 and 50 years old as well. They will be located in Europe and they're also likely to pay an extra service that they believe that could be done by someone else. They value their family and work life a lot and they are hard and busy workers. The last one would be our cleaners. They'll be between 20 and 60 years old, more or less. They will be located in Europe as well and in developed countries when we will be expanding. And they're likely to do an extra job to make and meet and earn an extra money. So they value extra money a lot.
We analyzed the cleaning service industry at a global and a local level. First of all, at a global level, the industry reached a market size of $54,500 million in 2018 and has an expected growth of 6.2% for 2022. The global trends for the cleaning service industry are a desire to go green, following the trend of sustainability, of course, an increasing demand for residential cleaning, a rise in self-employment and part-timers, and last but not least, the desire to have more app-based cleaning services companies. Now, moving on to the local industry analysis, we noticed that the cleaning service industry in Spain, also called Sector de Limpieza, had revenues of approximately 10.5 million euros and an expected growth of 2% for the coming years. Following the same global trends, the Spanish trends for this industry are also to be more sustainable, to have an increasing use of the new technologies, and finally to go from cost-saving to value-added services, meaning that Spanish people are willing to pay more for a quality cleaning service. Following our 3 different customer segments, we decided to do 3 different market sizing for each one of them. I'm just briefly going to explain the filter we use for the market sizing as you can read the numbers on the slide. For the students and busy workers, we filtered them among those owning a smartphone, first in the Word for the TAMs and then in Madrid for the SAMs. For the SAM, we estimated that we'll get 10% of our student SAM and 7% of our busy workers SAM to download and use our app by year 2. For the cleaners, we filtered them among those owning a smartphone, but this time in Spain for the TAM and in Madrid for the SAM. Concerning the SAM, we estimated that we'll get approximately 35% of our SAM to download and use our app by year 2 for the cleaners.
So moving on to our competitive chart, as you can see here, we don't have direct competitors. I would say that our closest competitor would be Care, Domestico 24, or Limpiezas Express. And however, Care do not provide a friendly app and they do not provide a low pricing strategy. And regarding Domestico 24 and Limpieza Express, they do not provide a last minute service, neither a friendly app, or they're not available for our households. It's only for businesses. So as you can see here, Click&Clean is completely new in Europe with a completely different value proposition with no direct competition.
Moving on to our business model, we believe it is essential for our customers to be able to reach our service 24/7, and this will be facilitated through the use of phones, application and website, or via email links. In addition, we believe that in the event that the customers may request cleaning products to be provided during the service, we have stipulated an agreement with L&G, which will provide us the necessary cleaning product supplies to comply with our customers' demand. In addition, it is important to underline how LNG is a environmentally friendly product only, and this is done obviously in the attempt to sustain the growing demand for sustainability.
Click&Clean offers to their customers 4 different types of services: general cleaning, garden cleaning, car cleaning, and ironing. The price range is between €13 to €15 per hour, with a per-piece price concerning ironing. We have additional costs that include booking for early late hours, €3, distance exceeding 3 kilometers, €2 per kilometer, extra time needed to clean, €5 for 30 minutes, cleaning products needed, €1, and an optional insurance for stealing, €2 per service. Click&Clean will take a commission of 20%. As for channels and promotion, we plan on allocating €50,000. Our channels for awareness would contain campaigns, word of mouth, social media, app stores, transactions managed automatically, the Click&Clean's help center, but we believe that the Click&Clean app itself is the best channel to reach out to people. As for promotion, we plan on allocating €24,200 to social media advertising and special promotions, €25,000 to strategic placement of ads in Spotify, and emails and notification for engaging as of €800. Our CPM would be of €8 and the price per email of €0.008.
In the attempts to reach a substantial customer base, we have utilized the different stages of the sales funnels, and for each we have decided to implement different strategies, beginning by the awareness process, through which we will utilize SEO, social media presence, online ads, and direct emails, reaching approximately 80,000 people in total, and concluding with the adoption stage, which will be characterized by customer care service and satisfied or reimbursement policy, leading to 4,000 customers, or the equivalent of 5% of those initially reached, to become frequent users.
As for the numbers of employees, we're going to have a computer scientist that will be working with us to handle the app development and improvements needed. 3 employees will be working in our offices in order to hand in the products to cleaning ladies when needed, and will also take care of the customer service. The only inventory that we carry is the cleaning products that we will order once a month from our supplier. Our supplier L&G Clean provides us with bottles of 5 liters for every product, as well as small empty bottles of 50 centiliters that we will fill in for the cleaners so they can carry them around. We are currently renting a 80 square meters warehouse that costs us €800 per month. It comes with an office that has 2 desks and is located in the center of Madrid to ease the pickup for our cleaning ladies between Chamartín and Salamanca. As for our management team, you can see here Sofia Hamiani is our Chief Executive Officer. She is the point of communications, makes all the corporate decisions, and is in charge of company strategies. Then you have Matteo Pragliola, who is Chief Financial Officer. He handles the money, creates all the budget, and implements financial strategies. Moving on to Zoe Crochon, she's our Chief Marketing Officer. She's in charge of planning, public relations, and implementing our marketing strategies. Finally, Noa Petragallo is Chief Operating Officer. She is Senior Executive, oversees the administration, and is in charge of operations management.
Moving on to the financials, here we can see the income statement, which it is essential to understand that the revenues are based entirely on expectations, and for this reason are extremely volatile. So, to serve this purpose, the costs we attempted to create are mostly relying on variable costs and not on fixed costs, trying to keep the fixed costs of as low as possible. And wherever the costs are of fixed nature, as in the lawyer and accountant expense, allowing these to rely as most as possible on variables which we control, as in this case the number of hours we employ them for. Ultimately, the net income will be negative for the first year, although our predictions are of the net income becoming positive in the second and third year. A more clear representation is the visual graphic displayed, which shows the contrast between profits and expenses during the year 1, year 2, and year 3. Then moving on, the break-even analysis. This will be achieved in year 2, as it is the first year on our balance sheet which provides a positive net income, and the fixed costs will cap 135,310 euros with the variable cost per unit of 5 cents and sales price per unit of 2.7 euros, leading to a break-even point which will be achieved after 51,060 bookings. For the funding part of Click&Clean, we have decided to reinvest the profits of year 2 and year 3 in the attempt to have an initial budget as low as possible. So we have reached the conclusion that we will need 105,327 euros for Click&Clean to thrive during the first 3 years of its existence, of which 62% will be collected through personal investments and 38% will be collected through family, fools, and friends. Moving on to the legal aspect. The documentation and permits required will be obviously in compliance with Spanish law. And to begin, we will require the mandatory documentation to open a commercial activity in Spain, then the office and warehouse rental leases, and for the hiring process, EU citizens must show their passport, and non-EU citizens must show their stay permit, their work permit, and their health certificate, obviously complying with the law of Spain. For environmental regulations, a criminal record certificate issued by authorities must be provided over the 5 years prior to the employment request. And moving on to the insurance coverage, we have 2 different policies. The first one, fraudulent service coverage policy, which in the eventuality of an incomplete or inadequate service will provide full reimbursement policy if requested, and a theft coverage policy aiming at covering any thefts up to 500 euros, which will cost an additional 2 euros to the customer. In terms of workplace regulations, employees' well-being policy will be implemented, aiming at the provision of immediate legal support to workers who suffered from harassment, abuse, or rape on the workplace. For the patents, at this stage of our venture, we have ultimately realized that a service-providing app patent would be superfluous, and for this reason, we would simply be utilizing an SPTO, which is the Spanish Patent and Trademark Office smaller entity qualification, which costs 140 euros a year. Lastly, the Click&Clean will rely on a team comprising of a lawyer and an accountant, which will be employed on an hourly basis for any legal assistance.
Our main risk would be launching our app with a patent or brand but not having enough financial needs to follow up and having to be redeemed by an individual or a company. The impact would be losing the company, not by choice but by default. Most of our costs are variable and the model relies on our expectations, so it is a possible option. Secondly, we majorly deal with human factors and not quality factors. This will increase the chance of mitigations between a cleaning lady and a household, for example. Finally, we are targeting busy workers and students, but we could be targeting the wrong audience while promoting our app.
So moving on to the current status and the near future of our app. So now we have started to develop the app. So if everything goes well, we are planning on launching at the beginning of 2021. Regarding the near future, so around year 3, we will try to expand in other European cities. Then we will try to reach a bigger customer segments. And then around year 6, we'll try to expand our features depending on our customers' proposals. So, for example, we can provide a dry cleaning service related to the app. And lastly, we'll try to expand worldwide.
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask us.